We're happy to have Staff Sergeant Randy Bosch here to talk to us about RCMP matters and a possible town forum. So, welcome, Mr. Bosch. I'm not supposed to say that. Sergeant Bosch.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, I just want to talk about this town forum. It is scheduled for April 14th at 6:30 in the evening. Now, this date was chosen when I first approached you back in December about this. We had some discussion on how you would like to see it done. You suggested maybe March so that people coming back from the States, the warmer climates, would be able to attend. So that's one reason why I chose that date. So I think we fulfilled that. There were some other suggestions that maybe we had a separate meeting with the senior centers before this one. Resources just aren't allowing us to do that. But in saying that, in doing some homework on that one, I may be able to do a separate one strictly on frauds, elderly frauds, different types of frauds. I've been talking to some people that are willing to possibly put that on for us. So that's kind of on our back burner right now. I think they're all important topics. And topics of great interest. So I want to try and fulfill this to the public as much as I can within the town of Vesuvius. With the town forum, I think the Sonora Center is already booked. We are going to need extensive media coverage. I want to have a very large turnout. Oliver just had theirs last week. I believe it was around 200 people showed up. I want more, if we can possibly get it. Also, some of the things that I did notice that they did that, or didn't do that I want to do is all of our members are going to be in attendance. I want all the members there answering questions for people. After, if there's a break, if they've got a question, they can walk up to any of the officers and ask whatever questions they need to ask. So I think it's just going to be a little bit more police public involvement is what I'm looking for on this. I'm not sure what we're going to do about refreshments or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do it.
So I think that's where we're at right now. I'll do up all the finalization and stuff this week.
Would you like me to start off the meeting and introduce, and I don't mind?
That would be perfect.
Okay.
I was going to kind of get into those particulars down the road, but
right.
That would be good. I also want Superintendent Hugo here
Absolutely.
as well. Yeah. Maybe Staff Sergeant Marshall if she's able to attend.
They were at the last two. I saw them.
Yeah, and because certainly they're representing the district, right? So
sure.
I want those people here.
Okay. Well, if you have an agenda, then you sort of let us know, and we can put that together.
There's an online Facebook page now called In the Loop that is very effective to gather people for anything really, or any event. If you want to forward the information to me,
you can get it in.
Yeah, I can get it up there for you.
That'd be great.
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I think that the time that you've chosen, April 14th, the weather is nice. It's a little, it's a little lighter outside, and I think you'll find that many people that might not have come in the dead of winter would certainly be able to feel comfortable coming on at that time of year. So I think that's good.
I think it'll be very successful, and I'm hoping it's even more successful than Oliver's.
Okay,
which my understanding is went over very well.
Yes, yes.
So
Are you going to be able to get some posters up at some of the senior centers possibly, or some of the apartment blocks?
that I don't know if I can get, but I'll make some
Just something simple.
calls on that and see what we can do there.
We can certainly put it on Suyas Daily News.
That
and,
would be
yeah.
perfect, yes.
I was just going to
Manko?
ask,
Yeah.
do you want us to run a couple ads in the newspaper? Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I would like, I think the media is the big key to something like this, to get it out, for you to really push it and make sure it's there.
I don't think you're going to have trouble getting people to attend something like this. I
Yeah.
think it's exactly what's needed.
I think
This time.
following in the heels of Oliver as well, with the comments that are going out, people here are listening to that, and when they realize that, okay, this is happening now in their own town, I think that it's really going to give a big boost for people. I think we're going to do really well off. I'm very optimistic about it.
And thank you very much. And we are happy to help in any way that that we can. So
Okay.
you just need to let us know.
Okay.
Councillor King.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Do you have set topics?
We are going for about an hour and a half. The topics are going to be fraud, auto theft, DD, basically things that involve the public on a daily basis.
Is those through the topics that will be advertised in the paper? So, or are you just going to keep it in general terms?
I think we're going to keep it in general because Rick Delaber is the one that's going to be kind of focusing on the information. He's got all the information that's needed. I can contact him first maybe, and then what I'll do is I'll give you a shout back, and we'll cover off the topics.
Yeah, you might want to
I know
identify a
fraud.
couple
The
things.
thing is with an hour and a half, even to 2 hours max, we're going to be crunching a lot of information in a very short time, so we can't get it out there. I think since I've been here, fraud is a big one for me because that's what I've been seeing here.
Right.
So that's why I kind of looked at, I think, Barry, it was you that suggested the pre-meetings with the seniors on something like this. And I kept looking at it, seeing this is good, but it just can't be done that quick. So that's what made me start checking into, okay, look, if we do the town forum first, and then let's do a little bit more of an extended version on strictly on elderly frauds and frauds. Throwing that idea at Rick, he was good with that. He thought that was actually a very good idea.
And you will have materials to hand out?
Oh, we'll have
For sure.
tons.
Okay, good.
Tons.
Yep.
So,
So-
we're taking care of all the.
Good.
Yep.
And I think
sure
people
system.
will feel comfortable knowing that you're that you know what's going on, because people say, oh, please don't, they don't understand that this and this is happening. And so when you talk about these things, that will give them a comfort to know that, in fact, yes, you do know what's going on.
Yes.
And here's how you can help us
Yeah.
to townspeople. Absolutely.
So I'm like I said, I'm very optimistic about the whole
Good.
thing. I think,
Well,
I
so
think it's
are
going
we.
to come off really well. I've put a lot of time into it so far. Not done yet.
Okay.
Because
Sure.
I certainly want it done the way I want it done.
Absolutely.
And I've got to.
And anything that you can provide for us to put in the ads that we would put in the paper would be
Okay.
very helpful.
Okay,
think.
I will
Yeah.
get back to you on topics.
Sure.
And we can put those in the paper and go from there.
Good. Thank you. Did you have any other?
I do have one other thing.
Okay.
Another thing that I've noticed since we've been here, and I've really been chomping at the bit on it as well, is our citizens on patrol. It appears to me that for whatever reason, whoever was taking care of it, the wheels just kind of fell off the bus. So I had a meeting with Citizens on Patrol about 4 weeks ago now. The turnout was amazing.
Good.
I think there was 13 of them, and not all the ones that are engaged in it were attending. Now, I've thrown a lot of different ideas because I want to switch it up. Normally, citizens on patrol, they get in their car, they drive around, they check things. It's a great, great program. I've seen it, used it. It works really well, but it's got to be organized. When I had the meeting, I said, enough of this just driving around stuff. What I want is I want the COP to be very, very active within the town center, the beaches, everything. So I said, look, we've got 2 bicycles here. You want some exercise, grab a bike. You know, go for a walk, take your dog with you, whatever. It was a very good meeting. They said it was probably one of the best meetings that they've had since they've been organized. I'm still leaving their schedules up to them as to when they want to work the shift and how they want to log their hours, but I want to see what they're doing. So I want control over that.
Good.
Kind of a control freak, I guess. I don't know. In part of that conversation, I still want them doing the roaming patrols in their vehicles and stuff like that, but I want to give them, if this is boring, I can go and do this. There's nothing better than have them walk down the pathway by the beach and start calling us about issues that are happening in the summertime on the beach. Those are all great. We're giving them lines of communication so that they can communicate with us. We're doing a lot of different stuff. Some of the things they were talking about is like jackets and T-shirts. I've already been in touch with the business down
City
here.
Signs?
No. Not
Unity?
Infinity.
Unity.
Unity.
Oh, Unity. Infinity.
So he's willing to jump onto that bandwagon and donate some stuff to us. We just got to get him logos. I want to get that all. So I'm working on that with South Okanagan on different logos that we can use for COP and that. My thing right now for the town is I would like to ask for a small amount of money for fuel for them. They come out, they volunteer their time, they take care of small things around town. It's very valuable, but they get paid nothing for it, and they use their own vehicles. I'm thinking, they're working for the town. The least we can do is maybe give them some fuel money.
What would that be?
Well, in talking, because I have checked into this too, in talking to South Okanagan and some of the places that are doing it, some of the towns are giving $25 vouchers, fuel vouchers out. So when they come on shift, here's $25, go put it in your vehicle and fly at it. I'm not sure if that's something that we're looking at here. Are we looking at just a flat rate of $1,000 for the year or whatever to do it? I'm not sure how we should work that.
Could we leave that with you,
Yeah,
Mr. Romanko, to look
just-
into?
I think, are they a registered society?
I got to check into that, but I believe they are.
Because if they're a registered society, we could work directly with them on and then again they could make a grant application ask. We could fund them, and then they would have to report back on their, they'd have to make a financial reporting to us. The other voucher system is something that I guess would put a cap on it, and they could just report back on the vouchers provided. But I think it's important to find out what their status is first. And
Okay, let me check into that. I can certainly do that. I'm saying that they probably are because they've been around for years. RCMP has done this program for several years.
Do they take a training? And anybody who
Yes.
wants to be on,
Yes.
do they take it through RCMP?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Councillor King, Councillor Campbell.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I used to actually run this program in a previous lifetime in Surrey.
Okay.
It was Surrey Crime Prevention. Crime Watch was a very important program with us. One of our corporate partners was actually Chevron, that give us coupons to give out to the volunteers. I mean, this is going back 10, 12 years ago, where we only give them $10 voucher because we try to encourage them not to just drive around, to kind of hit a hot spot where obviously Surrey was a big city where you can kind of sit in an area and watch. And as you said, in the summer they're going to be doing more walking. Personally, I would find $25 quite a bit of money to drive around this town per se. Not saying it isn't warranted and not saying it isn't deserving for the amount of work they do. Are you doing other programs you tie in with ICBC, with the Casio program, identifying license plates, stolen cars, things like that?
We do. They are also, the COP is doing the radar watch.
Yeah, for sure.
They do all those, all that stuff.
And yeah, if you're talking about shirts, do not put the word security on there.
No. These
Volunteer.
they're all especially, and it's all kind of designed through the RCMP because they don't want these people in any danger.
No,
I think is the big thing.
No,
and they're not security anyway, right?
Yeah.
And always in pairs.
Yes.
Do they have radios?
Minimum of
Have
two,
you got a
right?
budget to give them radios? Or
They
do they
have
use their
some,
cell
I think.
phones?
I don't really want to get into the radios because I'm kind of stepping out of the box on this one. So I'd rather just leave that alone. They have communication. How's that?
Good.
Okay, so, I mean, we had over 150 volunteers. We had quite an operation.
Yes, yeah.
As a
There's been
nonprofit.
some security issues, and
Yeah, I hear you.
so I'm doing one of these.
I hear
right?
you.
And
I hear you.
we're just going to walk straight through.
If we're identifying them through a shirt or jacket, does it make sense if they are driving through the community to have magnets for the cars as well?
They do have that right now. I'm not sure. It's just another area I want to check into a little bit further and see what they've got on for labeling, and really if it should be. I'm thinking it's probably not a good idea. I would rather somebody like yourselves phone in a suspicious vehicle and we go check it out and say, yeah, it's all taken care of.
We definitely didn't put anything on our cars, but I know the Crime Watch in Abbotsford did. Most people in the province didn't identify the cars
Yeah,
for their safety.
yeah.
They do. They do
Carol.
have signs.
They do, yeah.
And
I
go
thought
on
they
there,
did.
Over by the owl, you know, and the kids, where they favoritely hang out.
Yeah,
Citizens on patrol, oh, there they are. Okay, so we'll just straighten up. Don't put signs on the car.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
you can get away with it,
Yeah.
it's just, they all know here.
yeah.
Yeah, small
'Cause
town, they know
do.
who does it. Mhm.
There's a burgundy car, I think,
Yeah.
that currently has them on.
So
And
we'll deal with that end of it. It's just one of these little things that I've got to get kind of cleaned up and figure out what I'm going to do with it.
Okay.
Good idea. I
Decision
thought it
on
was,
So,
I thought it would be legal to pass it up.
So
yes, they have been very, very good in this town for many, many years. So I'm glad to see that they're going to be in the spotlight again. Good.
I
or
think
from our point of view.
the big thing for them was, when I went into the meeting, I said, okay, this is your show. It's not mine. You guys deal with it. You figure out your own. I don't want anything to do with that. I'm here to help you out. You got questions. You need something. Give me a shout.
Yes.
We'll deal with it. But this is what I want you to do, and this is the reports that I need in.
Okay.
So they were all very, very receptive to that meeting.
I think the support from you was probably what they needed to sort of get going
I
again.
think so.
Yeah,
I think sometimes it just needs that change
Yeah.
for somebody to come in there and say, okay, this is what we need to do, and
Yeah.
a little bit of direction.
Good.
So I
So
think that's
anybody
where we're at.
else have any questions? Well, was there anything else that you had? Or
That's
no?
it.
You're coming
I've
with
wasted
a
enough of your
quarterly
day.
report at
Probably
some
in
point?
another 2 or 3 weeks anyway, I think.
Okay. Just give a call to
Yeah,
the
'cause
town
I think
and
it's
set it up.
somewhere around the end of March, so usually I get in here just
Okay.
beginning of April sometime.
Perfect. Thank you very much for filling us in, and these energetic projects are just what we need, so we thank you very much.
Good. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So, next is our business, and that would be the ICBC Information Protection Policy. Ms. Van Vienen.
Thank you. The town entered into a 3-year information sharing agreement with ICBC in June 2015 in order to receive information regarding vehicle ownership for the purposes of enforcing our bylaws. Section 16 of the agreement with ICBC requires that the town have an information handling and privacy policy in place which clearly sets out the responsibilities of each individual in the organization and complying with all applicable legislation and privacy principles. The policy was to be provided to ICBC shortly after the agreement was signed. The town submitted its FOI policy, confidential information policy, and document retention policy. However, ICBC informed staff in December 2015 that they required the policy address more specific issues relative to the handling of their information. The town was given an extension to March 2016 to prepare policy acceptable to ICBC. The attached policy was forwarded to ICBC, and they have advised it meets their requirements. It is now being presented to Council for approval. Options are that the attached ICBC Information Protection Policy be referred to the regular open meeting of March 7th for approval, or two, that staff make changes to the policy and forward to the next regular meeting for approval, and staff recommend option 1. Further changes may cause a delay in receiving information from ICBC.
Thank you very much. Can I ask, is it the corporate officer who deals with this? I mean, you'd obviously have to keep freedom of information intact, and you said it would be kept in a secure place or something.
That's right. So between the deputy corporate officer and myself,
you look after that.
We look after that and lock it up. Yes.
Good. Thank you very much. Did anybody have any questions or anything to say? Would somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept option number 1.
And seconded by Youngberg. All in favor? Thank you very much. Okay. Looks like that's taken care of. Okay.
Must be in a regular meeting.
Yes, and that's what it says. It'll be brought to the regular meeting this afternoon.
Yes, I believe it's already an item on the agenda.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's on the agenda. Okay. Could... Pardon?
Why did we do it now?
Because we have to bring it to an open meeting.
Yeah, it's a matter of council policy or legislation or finances, those specifically, that goes beyond what's an administrative direction. Since it's a policy to be approved, it should go for a formal resolution, okay, as opposed to administrative resolution.
Yeah.
That's what we just did. Was to
it's on this afternoon.
Yeah. To bring it to the regular meeting.
Okay, so we need to adjourn this meeting, please. These two?
No, those two.
Rhodes Campbell.
Just hold them up.
Go right ahead. All in favor? Yeah, if you had your names on your forehead, it would be right.